Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. My top 5 breakout candidates for the G-Men heading into the 2025 season. We'll set some ground rules here. Breakout candidates cannot be rookie players because you've never played before, so therefore you cannot break out. And that's really the only rule I got. So let's dive into it. Deonte Banks is my number 1 breakout candidate for Big Blue heading into this football season, and for a lot of different reasons. And I kind of just put him on this video because I'm hoping he breaks out, and the New York Giants need him to break out. But seriously, I do think there is a way and an opportunity and a path to travel for Banks to finally show why he was a player that almost everybody loved back in the 2023 draft as a first-round corner. Everybody gave the Giants an A overall grade for the pick back in 2023. But it just hasn't really worked out for him throughout the first 2 years. His rookie year, there were some nice moments. I thought he battled with Terry McLaurin a couple of times when they played Washington. Thought he held his own in that game against the Green Bay Packers where Tommy DeVito got it done on Monday night. But the advanced analytics don't really say that. Had a coverage grade of 48.6. That's on a scale of 1 to 100. He allowed a completion percentage of 57.6. Not bad. Definitely not great, though. 644 yards, 4 touchdowns, 12.2 yards per catch, and an NFL passer rating of 84.7. What's a little bit disappointing is I actually thought he was worse in 2024 than he was in 2023, and you don't want to see players take steps back. Like an NFL passer rating allowed of 124.7, his reception percentage up to 67.1, allowed more yards and more touchdowns, bigger yards per catch on one less game. It's upsetting and it's a little bit frustrating. But I still believe in the player and the athlete and the guy that Deonte Banks is. And I think the Giants going out and signing Paulson Adebo in NFL free agency and having him be your CB1 allows Banks to naturally slide to CB2. And he doesn't have the responsibilities of following around every single wide receiver 1 week in and week out. And when he gets to guard wide receiver 2s, I think that there could be a way where he's able to have more success. Like we saw moments. We've seen it. He's got to be way more consistent and get it done week in and week out. And look, if Deonte Banks is able to take a step, if he's able to flash the things we saw at Maryland that made him a lock of a first-round pick, this defense is going to be scary. You'd have 2 good corners in Adebo and Banks. You got 2 good safeties in Javon Holland and Tyler Nuben. I like the inside linebackers of Okereke and Micah McFadden. And do I need to say anything about the Giants' defensive line? Deonte Banks holds the keys, in my opinion, to the New York Giants being a top 5 defense next year. From defense to offense, let's go to a player entering his 2nd year in the NFL, and that is former Penn State tight end Theo Johnson. Every single time people talk about the Giants and breakout candidates and people that are going to have big years this year, seems like Theo Johnson is that guy, a guy that can run the seam, an athletic freak at 6'6", 264 pounds. Had his season cut short due to injuries, but you saw a little bit of flashes of what he could be when he had 29 catches for almost 350 yards and did have that touchdown up the seam where he went up and got it, flashed the athletic ability and the strong hands and being able to pluck it out of the air. And it seems like the people inside the building at 1925 Giants Drive are in love with Theo. Connor Hughes of SNY, Giants beat reporter, saying the Giants are very, very high on Theo Johnson. They've told anyone who will listen they think he's going to break out, and that alone gets you a part of this breakout candidates video. And I think there is a world where it happens, and I actually think it's likely it's going to happen. With Russell Wilson, he's a quarterback that wants to throw the ball a little bit further down the field, and with the type of player and athletic profile that Theo has, I think it's going to be a seamless marriage, and I think that Johnson could benefit from playing from Russ. Well, this is a guy that was 6'6", 260 pounds, a relative athletic score in the 99th percentile. At 6'6", 260, he ran a 4.5 40. He just needs to become more of a fluid football player, route runner, and things of that nature. He had a solid rookie season, I would say, but now he's the full-time starter. Now he's going to be fully relied upon and looked on to make plays for the New York Giants in critical situations. 3rd and 8, I want Theo Johnson getting open and being an impact player. The rest of the tight end depth chart includes Chris Manhertz, Daniel Bellinger entering year 4. I like Belly. We like Belly. It doesn't seem like the New York Giants love Daniel Bellinger, Greg Dulcich, as well as Thomas Fidone, who was a 7th-round pick for the New York Giants. I think this is a real big year for Theo. I know it's only year 2, but in the NFL, you don't always get a lot of years, and we need him to be a player, and this offense could use every playmaker they could get. This next one, I'm kind of hoping he's a breakout candidate, because if he is, this offense is going to be a heck of a lot better. And I'm looking at Jalin Hyatt. Like, I really don't need to spend too much time on Hyatt. Everyone knows what's going on with him. Had a solid rookie year, I thought, and then this past year, he really wasn't a part of the plan, wasn't a part of the process. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's not on good grass with Daboll, if he and Daniel Jones just didn't get along, or maybe he's just not an NFL player. I'm not so sure. But I still believe in my heart of hearts that Jalin Hyatt can be a piece of an explosive offense. And we saw those flashes in his rookie year. Yes, it was only 23 catches for 373 yards, but 16.2 yards per catch. He goes from 23 grabs in 17 games to year 2. You're supposed to take that next step to only 8 catches, 62 yards, and 7.8 yards per catch. Like, he didn't even look like the player that was once the Biletnikoff winner that scored 5 touchdowns against Alabama and lit up the SEC. Like, there were 3 games in 2023 where I thought he really showed what type of potential and what he could bring to an offense. You go back to that week 2 comeback win against Arizona. If it wasn't for Hyatt, you do not come back and win that game. 2 grabs for 88 yards. I thought he was good against Washington in week 7. 2 catches for 75 yards. And then with Tommy DeVito against the New England Patriots, 4 receptions, 109 yards. Like, this guy I still think can be an explosive player. And if you can't be a good, solid, deep threat wide receiver with the best deep ball thrower in football, according to every advanced analytic there is under the sun last year, when is it going to be? Like, if Hyatt can't maximize his potential with Russell Wilson, I'm just not sure he ever will. Another second-year player I'm looking to take the next step is Tyler Nuben, a safety out of Minnesota. Had his season also cut short due to injury, already back and running at early team activities for the New York Giants. And I think the addition of Jevon Holland is going to take a little bit less off his plate, but going to allow him to eat a little bit more and kind of return to more of his natural type of play. He could do everything. He can wear every hat. He could be that single high. He could play halves. He can get down inside the box or play on the line of scrimmage. But I think with Jevon Holland there, one, he's going to get to learn from a guy that was a Pro Bowl player, a Pro Bowl caliber player, and a really good player. But also he's going to be able to do the things that fit more of his style of play. He was really good against the run, I thought, last year, but I want to see him have more ball production. This was a guy at Minnesota that got his hands on the football early and often. He led the team in interceptions. I think it was 3 years in a row. He was a captain there. He's a ball hawk. And the Giants need to create more turnovers. And I want to see Nuben and Holland be a little bit more aggressive this year. Holland is kind of, I don't want to say taking a step back as a turnover creator. Never really been that guy. But he's almost been a guy that just is like, I'm not going to get beat behind me. No, I want you to be a playmaker. I want you to think the game. And I want you to be aggressive. And I want you to make quarterbacks pay and trick quarterbacks into where they can throw the football. I think Tyler Nubin getting to learn from a guy like that is going to help. I love the duo the Giants have at that safety position. One more breakout candidate to talk about, but go get your jerseys today. Jackson Dart jerseys are selling right now at chatsports.com/dart, and Abdul Carter jerseys are selling as well at chatsports.com/Carter. Those links will be clickable down in the comments and the description of today's show. Support the rookies. Be a real one. Alrighty, this last one, I'm kind of cheating because he already broke out. And he's already looked at as a top receiver. Or at least I think he is. Malik Neighbors. Look, if he just does what he did again in his rookie year, I'd be more than happy. But I think there's an opportunity he could be an all-pro this year. Like, I think there's an opportunity we could be talking about him as a top 5 wide receiver. Maybe the 3rd best wide receiver in the NFL behind those other 2 LSU guys and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. That is how good Malik Neighbors is. Think about it like this. In 15 games this year, as a rookie, with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, and Tim Boyle, he put up 109 grabs for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns with 7 catches of more than 20-plus air yards. We didn't really see Malik Neighbors be a deep threat with the New York Giants, and that's what he was at LSU. He was known for taking the deep in the top, off the defense, and Jaden Daniels letting it go. Like, just go watch those highlights again. It's deep post after slot fade after slot fade. Then he's hitting you with the corner post, and he's running behind the DBs consistently. And he did that last year. We just had the worst deep ball throwers in the NFL and the worst quarterback room I've ever seen employed by the New York Football Giants. And they once had Jake Fromm take quarterback knees on second and third down. Neighbors is special. He already broke out. But I think he's going to take that next step to where he goes from a household name to you might be able to make the argument that he's the best receiver in football. Long way to go to get there. Going to have a damn good season if he stays healthy. But this guy's going to have an opportunity to maybe put up 1,500, 1,600 yards this year, 12, 13, 14, maybe even more touchdowns than that. So not really a breakout candidate, but I just wanted to give some love to my guy, Leak. Who is your number one breakout candidate for the Giants this year? Is it someone we named? Is it someone we didn't name? Another guy I look at is John Michael Schmitz. I'm hoping he does it. Maybe Tyrone Tracy takes another step as well. Or Wan'Dale Robinson. That'd be really cool. How about everybody breaks out and the Giants win a lot of football games? That'd be chill. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Same handle on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back on the channel with another video tomorrow. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, select all so you never miss a thing, and let's go Giants.